This video was brought to you by Red and Tacky. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Tonight we are working on the LJ. So I did the 1-ton swap in this Jeep about four or 5 years ago, and I have put a lot of miles on this suspension. And here lately I've been having kind of like a clunk whenever I would tap the brakes. It felt like the front axle was just dipping, like, you know, turning forward every time I tapped the brake. So I pretty much knew it was in this front suspension, obviously. And after some digging, I found that the Barnes 4-wheel drive Enduro joints had started to get a little play. And with this Jeep, you know, it just kind of exaggerates. So the minor play it was having, it was just making that axle just jump back and forth. And honestly, those parts, they worked perfect for about five years. And, you know, eventually, you know, stuff does start breaking down. I probably didn't grease the joints like I was supposed to. So it's nothing against them. These are just one of those components that need to be replaced every once in a while, like tie rod ends. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. So we can go and get started on that. So the joints that I normally run, like on my Comanche and on the rear 4-link on this, is the Heim joints. But because my suspension in the front is the way it's set up, I have to run I believe these are the 10-degree offset. Hope you can tell. So normally I run Heim joints, but I really like these on the front of the LJ. It makes the suspension nice and cushy going down the road. But so this is what I got here. I got the Euro joint tool. I've got two set up so I can do the driver's side and the passenger side. And that's just the misalignment spacers, the snap rings, and then that's the washer that goes right there. But so definitely, if you have these on your rigs, you need to get one of these, the tools that Barnes sells. I didn't have one until I bought it recently, but if this would have failed, you know, on the trail, if I'd have just blew one out or something like that, you know, I'd have been pretty much screwed. But definitely going to keep spares from now on. You know, you never know what's going to happen, because I'm going to be honest, I don't know the last time I greased these. So this is 100% my fault that these have started, you know, shifting. And honestly, I tried to put a bolt in them and rock it back and forth to show you, and I can't even tell on camera that this is even moving. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get started on getting this out. All right, so what you want to do first is probably clean everything up, but I'm not going to do that. But go ahead and put the grade 8 bolt with the thick washer on the back side right here. And then the piece that Barnes sends out, the thick piece, and it goes right where the snap ring doesn't meet. Slide this on. And it takes a 7/8 on the nut side, and on the bolt side it's a 3/16. So I'm just going to slowly start tightening this up until I can see that the snap ring doesn't have any more pressure on it. That looks about right there. And if there's still pressure on the snap ring, I can still tighten it up. just a little bit more. So now I'm going to take my snap ring pliers and reach right in here. See where that flat surface, so I have plenty of room to reach in there. Ooh, nice. So now I'm gonna undo this, get it back in the groove. And it should come right out, unless it's bone dry in there, and there's a good possibility of that. So don't be dumb like me. Make sure you grease this stuff. Yeah, it's really dry. Yeah, so you can see a little wear and tear right there, but that is, like I said, 100% my fault. So this right here, may have to pry this one out. Yeah, so to get this one out, because it's kind of jammed in there, I'm using a 1-inch socket. There we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean this up, because it's pretty dirty and dry in there. So I'm just pretty much just taking a pick and just running through. There's bits of rubber in there. Yeah. So yeah, this thing, it's seen better days. Look how many times I've slammed down on this. But it still held up. Now I'm just going to put in this rubber joint right here. You got to kind of push it in there pretty good. All right, so what I found best all around is I got a 1.5 inch socket. And just kind of pushing it in there. All right, so I got that seated in there. So now I'm gonna take some old red and tacky. I'm just gonna put a little bit, just a thin layer. This stuff goes a long way. And I'm putting it down right there where that ball joint will be seated. I forgot to clean this up. Yeah, make sure you clean your balls. I'm just gonna put a little bit on there. I feel like that's a good idea. All right, so I got that nestled in there. So now I'm going to put the new piece face down, and make sure that the teeth fit in the groove. That way it sits flush. All right, so I got some red and tacky on that. So that's good to go. So now I'm gonna take this new washer. Ooh, that fits so nice. Again, push that down as far as I can get it. Now I'm going to take my tool, just like I did before. Push it in this way, make sure that's sitting nice. And take this piece right here, make sure that flat is pushing down. Put the grade 8 nut on the bolt. Drop that right in here. And I'm just gonna slowly start tightening this down because you do not want to bend that washer. That's why you don't use an impact on this. Alright, so that looks like plenty of room right there. So now I'm going to take this brand new snap ring whoops. See if I can feed it in there. Tighten it up a little more. Alright, I kind of did that backwards. So I didn't have it tightened up enough. So when I put the snap ring in, it just kind of sat there. So then I tightened it up and it clicked in all the way perfectly seated by itself. And what I like to do is I just like to double check that it's seated. Just like that. So now I'll just take the tool. Whoops. And that's it. I just got to grease it and put it back on the vehicle. And I probably will be replacing this. I may try to get one more season out of it. So now all I have to do is the passenger side and we'll be done. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. I know this was a short one, but I just kind of wanted to show you how I replace, or how you should replace, your Enduro joints. You know, just keep your eyes on them. Make sure that you're greasing them like they should be, unlike I did. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I really appreciate y'all watching, and we will check you on the next one.